Take us with you. TexasStarList.com. Log on now.
TSL Podcast, Stars on the Way edition, where we bringing y'all the hottest independents from coast to coast. It's that Big Honey. Big timing.
Yeah. It's Big Honey.
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
Bitch, I'm big timing. I stay with the stars and the idols like I'm Simon. Get money like I'm Diamond. Catch me in the sand by the water, dirty wine. Got a quiet nigga singing to me like the wine.
Tell 'em.
Bitch, I'm big timing. I stay with the stars and the idols like I'm Simon. Get money like I'm Diamond.
We got Big Honey on the show. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Let's ride.
TexasStarList.com.
Down a Costco aisle, you can taste it. See, I love it when you testing me, bringing out the best in me. I know you can run it up, but boy, come get a check with me. If I had to sum it up, you something like my honey dick. Don't you ever fuck it up, or you gon' watch Big Honey dick. You stay with 100 clips, take me on 100 trips. Me in my element. Bitch, I'm
Big Honey,
really
tell 'em.
And if it's beef, you know I'm jumping on that. Call me Big Frog.
Take us with you. TexasStarList.com. Log on now.
It's nothing that we can't solve. See, I'm a player, baby boy. You know my options is heavy. Don't be talking shit like you forget my pussy is petty.
Shout out to the West Coast. Y'all got all Texas love right here. Shout out to all the DJs that ain't scared to break hot, dope, new music. Shout out to DJ Bottit, Roger Diamond. Shout out to Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, the whole Texas, out there to the Midwest, East Coast. We big timing. TSL Podcast, 30 million Texas wide, man. You know what I'm saying? We finna bring Big Honey on the show. Finna get in her mix, how she big timing, you know what I'm saying? Staying consistent, dropping singles, man. This lady got flows, man. Make sure y'all go check her out. If this your first time being introduced to Big Honey, take out your phones, your laptops, your TVs, hit that YouTube up, man. Check out Big Honey, Big Timing, and the rest of her dope records. Hit that subscribe button. Share a friend, tell your cousin, your auntie, and all. We got Big Honey on TSL, the Stars on the Way, the Star List Podcast, 30 million Texas wide and global. This where the stars play. Let's get it.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We big timing over here. You know what I mean? Big timing.
Absolutely.
Man, as y'all know, I just played that record for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go check that out.
It's a lot of honeys, but I'm the biggest one. I was born in Cali, but I just really I just try to embody the whole West Coast thing, period. Just being a little bit from Cali and Vegas, but I also just really admire and am inspired by the music in the South. So, you know, that's me.
That's dope. You can tell, you know, off your bounce too, you know what I'm saying? You hitting it with that bitch out, big time, and you know what I'm saying? Hey, coming with it. Hey, you can tell, you know, even just how you delivered that whole record, you can tell that you have real craft. You ain't just, I'm gonna just get on the mic and just say anything. Like, you know, just hearing your music, it's anybody that love great music and not just turning on anything. Because some people, you know, it's nothing wrong with liking the beats and stuff like that. But when you really open up your ears and listen to people how they deliver and flow, hey, you finna put yourself at the top coming in the game.
Oh gosh, don't threaten me with a good time. It's exciting.
Big time and new single. Let's take them back a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to Vegas, to California. Talk to the people, like, how was it coming up, you know, in those areas?
Man, it's so crazy. I always call myself a hybrid because when I was raised, like being born in California, I was born into like a first family. And I was, I guess I would say, a little sheltered coming up in California. And it was a predominantly like Caucasian area. Most of the music I grew up on was gospel and R&B. Then I had like a culture shock moving to Las Vegas. I moved there about 12 or 13 years old. And man, did that change my world? There's just so much, you're just exposed to so much so fast going to Vegas. At that age, it was my first year in high school. I started high school there. and everything I feel. I mean, I got California. My family is my foundation. That's what's in the depth of me. But the things that I talk about, the things that I've experienced, a lot of that kind of cultivated who I am was Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a money city, you know, and if you have any type of hustle in you, which I believe I was born with, then you're going to get out there and get to moving your feet. And so that's what I did. You know, I did a lot of hustling in Vegas. I got to see a lot. I experienced a lot. I wouldn't take none of it back. And so yeah, I got a little bit of both worlds coming from both those places. California is very multicultural. It opened me up to loving like the water, the outside, and then you go to Vegas, and like I said, Vegas is it's a money city. That's what it is, and it's a hood too. And people don't know that, but yeah, I have a little bit of experience of from two different worlds.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I can imagine you coming from, you know, out there in Cali, and then Vegas is, you know, both of them turned up, but Vegas is that extra turned up, like,
And Vegas is
stuff
crazy.
you probably ain't supposed to see until you get a certain age or something, you know.
Right.
But that's great. You know what I mean? Just even hearing you and how you carry yourself in business and stuff, you can tell that you took a lot of that game in the world and put it in the right direction, and you know,
Yeah.
you formed the boss lady.
Absolutely.
Man.
I think I was born that way though.
Oh, that's what's up.
It was in me. It was
She
in
was
me from birth.
born with it.
Yeah, Vegas just did something different with it. I always say, like, I probably would have been like in actual business had I stayed in California, you know, went to college and probably been a business major. But Vegas gets you, it just takes it a different direction.
So
Yeah.
speaking up on that, did Vegas like start your flowing, or was you on the mic before then? How did that go?
Okay, so a little history. I spent my childhood in the studio with my mom. They used to play her songs on the radio. She was also in a gospel group with her and a guy. It was named In Touch, and then she was
Shout out to
also
Moms.
a background. Yeah, she was a background dancer for JJ Fad. So like one of them, Wanda was like an aunt to me. She just was always doing something. She had me dancing my whole life. And she just was that person. And then my biological father, though he didn't raise me, but we know each other. He was a big gospel musician. So music, that's all that I know. My whole family sings. They've had groups, and you know that's all that I know. I'm probably the first one to take it this far in the secular world, but I wrote my first song. I've never written anything that wasn't secular. Like even when I was in the gospel division or gospel world, I wrote probably my first song. I remember it right now, like in the 5th grade. It was so inappropriate, but I just started writing music at a very young age, and then it got to a point where one of my cousins was about 8 or 9. Well, let me not skip the part that I was like in a group. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the group 702. But their manager had found me and put me in a group with some other girls. So I tried that for a little while, just doing stuff here and there. I got to, my vocal coach was one of the big songwriters when I was about 15. And so he got me into that. He helped me like perfect the craft of songwriting. And then I started writing for my cousin who ended up getting like a deal. He was working with some people like Jazzy Faye and everything off some of the records that I wrote on. So that's really how I started writing music. But then I'm not gonna lie, I had my oldest daughter's dad was like a local rapper, like a big local rapper, and he kind of like when I would see him rap, I would just feel like I could do that. So I used to write I would write little things for him, and we kind of would write back and forth, and nobody really knew except his friends that I really could rap. So I held it down for a long time, for years and years and years. And I rapped with a little group when I was in my 20s. Very, very little though. But something about it was Lady London. I say it all the time. She had that freestyle.
Yeah.
Because he gonna trick and I'm a trick, but he gonna trick bigger. I don't know what it was, but once I saw that, because I mean she's different. I don't rap like everybody, you know. I don't have like a hood dialect, so to speak. So I was always kind of nervous about that. But when I saw her rapping, I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. So I picked up a pen that day and just started rapping from there.
That's dope. And I didn't know you started writing when you was 5, but you can definitely tell that you've
No,
been
fifth grade.
your fifth grade. Oh, okay. Well, that's still young,
No.
you know. Hey, like what you doing? But anybody that take the time and listen to your music, they what I heard, and this is my opinion, I can definitely tell you separate yourself from the what I would say, like the very just new rappers right now. You that breath of fresh air. If anybody like a real, I don't want to go back too far, but even if you on some, Busta Rhymes and
That's
top
love
people
them.
that really, DMX, top people that really can jam and make jamming music, but jamming lyrics. There's not too many people that can do that. You know what I'm saying? And that talent shows for sure.
Thank you. That's the goal. That's what, trying to just bring back some no shade to anybody that's rapping now. But it is a thing of like looking around like, okay, you have some people that are great lyricists but can't seem to put a song together that anybody wants to hear. And then you have the other group of people that are just making the same song with the same sound, looking the same, doing the same. So with me just feeling like a hybrid in real life, it's something I kind of just wanted to apply to music. Like I can write music and I can rap. So I want to bring back that feeling
And it's
of
dope.
listening
And
to
you
those
representing
people.
for the ladies, man. Listen, if you're a female right now, hey, I'm a male, I'm a man. Like, listen, her lyrics is really representing for the ladies in a dope way. I've been thinking like, damn, why ladies? Where the boss ladies? Where the ladies that really, you know what I'm saying, that really know what it is, but holding it down for themselves and really,
Yeah.
not just saying the same thing, but really can flow
Yeah.
with it. You know what I mean? So big ups to that. Speaking of big
Thank you.
time, and before we get into this single, when I'm thinking of big time, and it instantly took me to like Birdman. If you say the West Coast, it instantly took me to like E40. And then
Yeah, I get that.
when I got into the record, it's like you the female version of all that put in one.
Okay,
Represent,
I
you know
like
what I'm saying? Flossing, the music, the beat is dope.
Yeah, shout out to Axe in Cali. He produced that.
Yeah, that's definitely it sounds like a great fun record, you know what I'm saying? And you bring a lot of confidence that women should have, and have the music and the soundtrack to represent as they go out or going to work or anything like that. So I ain't gonna speak
Yeah.
up more, but how you get into that record? Like, what was your mind state of saying, all right,
Honestly, okay, so pre-COVID, I knew I wanted to be involved in the entertainment industry. I think I was just too scary at the time to do music. So what I did was I just started going around, like finding girls that I thought were really attractive and getting them put, like it turned into, first of all, I put together a show. So we opened for people like Blueface and Tank, and we opened for some artists just from the show I would put together. And then it turned into me getting them in major music videos, like a lot of them, casting and managing. And so I just have always kind of had a heart for women and felt like, like wanting to encourage girls to stop letting niggas keep them up under their feet and like go get it. And if you can't go get it, I'll show you how to. But it's all cool to be in relationships and stuff, but for your life to be wrapped around that when you have so much in you that you could run with without that even being, I don't know. I just feel like those kind of things really ruin a lot of women's lives. It steals years from them. So I have always just really been adamant about empowering women to like be in control of their lives and do something with themselves. And so that's my natural self. That's before the music. So all that I'm really kind of doing is just, I'm really telling the truth. It's not much cap in my rap. It's like,
man, that's dope, and it's
that's
all
just really
respect.
who I am.
Just being a man, I got mother, sisters, successful sisters that do stuff in business, a daughter. Like, your music is dope. Like, it's dope. You definitely different in your own category. Big ups to everybody else too, man. And shout out to all the female artists that's even just coming in the game. I know males have been male dominant for decades.
Forever.
So, you know, if it's 20 to 50 ladies on the billboard, you know, in this year, hey, everybody get their shine on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, definitely.
your music stand separate apart and is needed, you know
Thank
what
you.
I mean? So
To be honest with you, I think that there's different female artists that did different things for female rap, and I'm really hoping that, like, just like Lady London inspired me to get up and start writing, I hope that I inspire girls that are creative and can really rap and make music too. I hope that I pull them from out of their dark places or from under the rocks and they come out too. I hope that that's what I can change now. That's what I'm hoping.
man, you on the road. And speaking up on the road, talk about your experience out there in New York. You know what I'm saying? You holding it down. You did the
It's
100
crazy.
G. Shout out to 100 G.
Yeah,
Take a
shout out
seat.
to him. He's dope. So I have a love-hate relationship with New York, to be honest with you. I listen to a lot of New York rap just to kind of sharpen my pen a little bit. Like when I want to feel challenged, I listen to the girls, some of the girls out there. So I go out there for music. One of my main producers out there, and a lot of things are just out there in New York. But I always have trouble when I'm out there. Every single time I'd be like, I'm not coming back here. But I always end up going back because for some reason that's where so much of my heart musically, I think, is warmest. But yeah, I traveled to New York this last time, and we was on Ubers. Ubers was breaking down. I probably spent about $500 extra on cars than what we planned on because of just certain things not working out. But you know, it was worth it. That's one thing I say all the time. I mean, none of these trips that I take are really like seamless. But New York, for some reason, always comes with a little extra trouble. But it's always the trip that's worth it. So this sitting with Hunter really kind of catapulted what I'm doing in a way that I didn't even expect. Honestly, I went to Memphis thinking that the Danger freestyle was going to be the one that was going to go crazy. It's crazy how things work out because I wanted that to drop first and then the Hunter one to drop. Or no, I wanted the Hunter one in New York to drop first and then Danger to drop second, thinking Danger would be the one that really did it. And don't get me wrong, people that have come from Hunter see Danger and they blew Danger up too. But I ended up doing New York first, then Tennessee, and then Famous Animal, he dropped that one immediately. Hunter dropped his afterwards, and it worked out because the stuff that I'm saying in the one in New York, it sounds like it should have come after the Memphis one, but that sitting with him really changed everything. I got 1 million views, over 1 million views on Twitter from that freestyle. I think of all of his things on TikTok, I have the highest count of anybody that's not signed. Just some incredible things happened. He ended up dropping that on the DSPs because everybody wanted it. So the New York trip really did some major catapulted this for me, as struggly as it was. And it kind of always works out like that with New York.
Yeah, that was dope. That was great. The publication that you was able to cover, you know, on that side too. You know, speaking up on that, let's speak up on that. Like you independent.
Yeah, it's just me.
Independent, dropping singles, taking flights to New York, Memphis, Texas. Like, man, I'll applaud you.
Thank you. I'm going crazy, bleeding money, man. I'm definitely making it happen.
You definitely building a brand too, and I feel like anybody that come across that you touch your hands with, everything gonna add up. You know what I'm saying? I can see, you know. But let's speak up on that journey of like what made you like, okay, I want to go to these spots. What, you know, is it like,
oh man,
some people be like,
it's so
I don't want to leave my town. I want you to speak up on it because that's what separate a lot of people from different people. You might be the dopest basketball player or the artist in your town, but you ain't moving around.
I have like a theory. It's crazy because people told me not to do it. That's what's crazy. Like people were telling me like, you don't have I hadn't had an EPK. I wasn't prepared. You don't need to go do that. You need to go stay in the city and go around. And you know, it just wasn't good enough for me. Like, so felt like I don't want to be even there. I don't need the, how do I say this? I didn't need to be validated by the people in the city. I actually expected that those would be the last people probably to jump on board just because they know me. Like, you know, that's just how things go. I didn't really care to do a whole bunch of groundwork there to just be impressing the people that already know me. My idea in theory was to chase not the money, but the fame and the exposure, and everything else will come with that. Like, everything will come after that. So to me, it was like I was taking a risk, and I was betting everything on myself and what I thought would work. And that was like, you know, I saw Hunnah's page. I watched these pages, and then I would write. Like, I wrote Danger specifically for Famous Animal. I saw Famous Animal. I seen some of the kind of artists he had on there. I looked to see how long he had been buzzing, because he had come across my page a couple of times. So I'm like, okay, he's consistent, and this platform is maintaining. So I need to write something that would impress those people on that coast or that side of the world. And with Hunnah, he gave me a beat pack, and I picked something that I thought would be more for a more multicultural crowd. And I paid what I had to pay. I did what I had to do. I felt like it would be worth it. I saw the insights. I saw the engagement, and I went for it. That's kind of just how it worked. I didn't really do, like I said, I didn't do any of the, which I plan on doing. I plan on performing. I plan on moving around inside the inner cities, but I just wanted to get as far spread as possible, as quickly as possible. And that's why I did that. Lights Out, my producer, he's been making my music for me literally since I said I wanted to rap. He's been with me, taking care of all the music, giving me whatever info I need that I might not know about the business. He's placed in what is the word? An awarded or decorated producer. So shout out to him. And then shout out to Goddess. You know, she is a female rapper in Vegas that has been holding it down and just didn't get the notoriety and exposure that she should have gotten when it was her time. And not that it's not her time anymore, but I always shout her out, because it's like she also is very much of an inspiration to me, and probably for everybody in our city. And everybody just don't know her how they should. So shout out to Goddess. And then, of course, Axe, who produced Big Time, and how could I not shout him out? So, yeah, that's about it. And God, of course. But, yeah. Oh, you know what? And my family for letting me move home so I could pay for this music. Like, shout out to them.
Take us with you. TexasStarlist.com. Log on now.